Welcome, dear friends, to a peaceful journey through the enchanting world of evolutions. Tonight, we'll gently wander through the tranquil stories of Eevee and its many forms, creatures that are as diverse as they are beloved. From the shimmering waters of Vaporeon to the quiet moonlight that guides Umbreon, each Eeveelution carries with it a unique tale of nature's grace and transformation. As we explore their stories, let the calmness of their world embrace you, like a soft breeze on a quiet evening. Feel the warmth of Flareon's fiery spirit, the quiet serenity of Glacian's icy presence, and the soft, gentle affection of Sylvian's heart. Tonight, let these tales of evolution and connection lead you into a restful space where your mind can float free, light as a feather, and the day's worries begin to fade. Allow the peace of the evolutions to guide you gently toward sleep, where dreams are soft and the world is at rest. And if you enjoy drifting through stories like this, you're always welcome to subscribe and softly share where you're listening from tonight. Now, let us begin our journey into the world of evolutions. In the beginning, there was a world of wonder and mystery where the unseen threads of nature wove a tapestry of life, and among this living, breathing world, Eevee was born. A creature of simplicity and grace, Eevee is often seen as a symbol of pure potential. Its small, gentle form, with its soft brown fur and wide, innocent eyes, evokes a sense of tranquility, a being with endless possibilities before it, waiting for the moment when the world would call it to evolve. The story of Eevee begins in the rolling hills and lush meadows where the world is free from the rush of time. This quiet, undisturbed land is where the first Eevee wandered, a creature full of curiosity, drawn to the beauty of the world around it. It was not a land of grand adventures or fierce battles, but of stillness where time stretched out like the gentle flow of a river. In this peaceful land, Eevee could take its time, exploring the endless possibilities of its world. But Eevee's journey was never meant to be one of solitary wandering. In this land of lush greenery, the bond between Eevee and nature was unbreakable. It was here, in the midst of the quiet beauty, that Eevee would come into contact with the various forces of the world, the forces that would shape it, guide it, and eventually cause it to evolve. The gentle pull of water, the warm rays of the sun, the cool embrace of the night air, and the silent whispers of the moonlight, each of these elements began to leave their mark on Eevee. From the very beginning, Eevee's potential was limitless. It could not remain as it was, for the world around it was always in motion, always changing. In time, Eevee would come to know that it could take on many forms, reflecting the world around it. Each form would be a reflection of a different element of nature: water, fire, electricity, and more. And with each transformation, Eevee would become something new, yet always hold on to the essence of who it was. The first of these transformations came when Eevee encountered the waters of a shimmering lake. The water, cool and clear, seemed to call to it. The world around Eevee shifted, the air growing still as if the lake itself was watching. And then, in the quietest of moments, something changed within Eevee. It felt the call of the water deep within, the pull of the flowing river, the cool embrace of the deep blue. It was a sensation like no other, a peaceful surrender to something greater. From this connection, Vaporeon emerged, a beautiful evolution born of water. Vaporeon's form was sleek and graceful, its body shimmering with the beauty of the lake, a living embodiment of water's calming essence. It could swim through the waves as effortlessly as it moved through the air, its tail flowing behind it like a current. Vaporeon was the first of Eevee's evolutions, and it would come to symbolize the peaceful connection between Eevee and the flowing world around it. But Eevee's story was not just about water. As it wandered further into the world, Eevee would encounter the sun, a brilliant, radiant force that warmed the earth and brought life to all things. The sun's energy was something powerful and gentle at once, a source of light and warmth that filled the air with a soft glow. For Eevee, the sun was a beckoning force, one that whispered to it of potential, of growth, and of the ability to shine. As Eevee basked in the sunlight, it felt its body growing warmer, its spirit lifting in response to the sun's touch. The warmth was gentle at first, but then it became something more. It was a fire, a spark deep within, urging Eevee to evolve once more. And so, with the power of the sun flowing through it, Eevee became Flareon, a fiery, passionate evolution that was both beautiful and intense. Flareon's fur was a warm, vibrant orange, as if it had been kissed by the very flames of the sun. Its fiery nature burned bright, yet there was something serene about the way it moved, a quiet strength born from the warmth of the sun. In its journey, Eevee would not only encounter the heat of the sun, but also the electrifying force of the storm. The crackling energy that filled the air during a thunderstorm was something Eevee could not ignore. It was the wild energy of the world, the power of lightning, and the pulse of the earth itself. Eevee felt it surge through its body, awakening something deep inside. And in that moment, it knew that it could take on the form of Jolteon, a being of pure electricity. Jolteon's body was sleek and sharp, like the lightning it was born from, and it could move faster than the eye could see, zipping through the air with ease. Yet despite its raw power, Jolteon carried with it a quiet energy, as if it were always in perfect harmony with the storm. And so, as Eevee continued to evolve, it would encounter other forces of nature, the cool embrace of the night sky, the gentle rustling of the forest, the freezing winds of winter, and the soft whispers of the moon. Each Eeveelution reflected a different facet of the world, each one born from the world's most elemental forces, each one a peaceful reminder of the quiet beauty that lies all around us. But these evolutions were not just a reflection of nature, they were a deep, emotional bond between Eevee and the world itself. With each transformation, Eevee became more than just a creature of fur and bone. It became a living, breathing embodiment of the forces that shaped it, a being that carried the world's most peaceful, powerful elements within it. And as Eevee grew, so did its connection to the world, weaving a deeper, more profound bond with every step of its journey. The origins of the Eeveelutions were not just about transformation, but about the quiet, unspoken bond between Eevee and the world. The first steps into the unknown, the first call of evolution, each moment was a peaceful reminder of the world's beauty, its wonder, and its infinite possibilities. And as Eevee's journey continued, so too would its connection to the world around it, growing stronger with each passing moment, each new evolution, each new form. As Eevee continued its journey through the world, it began to realize the subtle, ever-present connection between itself and the land it roamed. It was not simply a creature walking upon the earth. It was a living, breathing part of nature, connected to every blade of grass, every whisper of wind, every fluttering leaf. This bond, deep and unspoken, was the very foundation of Eevee's ability to evolve, a quiet harmony that resonated through the land and echoed in Eevee's heart. Eevee's world was vast, filled with the warmth of the sun, the cool of the night, and the steady rhythm of nature's pulse. With every step it took, Eva could feel the earth beneath its paws, soft and welcoming, as though the very ground itself was guiding it on a journey of discovery. In the morning light, when the dew clung to the grass, and the air was still with the hush of dawn, Eve could hear the whispers of the world around it. The wind would stir the leaves, the birds would call to each other, and the trees would sway in silent conversation, each movement a reflection of the peaceful dance of life. Eve moved through this world with a quiet grace, never rushing, never pushing forward in haste. It understood the importance of stillness, of listening to the world, of allowing the natural rhythm to guide its steps. And as it traveled through the meadows and forests, it began to realize that it was not simply a witness to nature's beauty, but an active participant in it. Every encounter with the world's elements was a part of its own growth, a soft, sacred exchange. The first true test of this connection came when Evie stumbled upon a shimmering lake nestled deep within the heart of the forest. The water, clear and still, stretched out before it, reflecting the sky above like a mirror. Evie felt a pull deep within, a quiet invitation to come closer, to dip its paws into the cool embrace of the lake. It was as if the lake itself was calling to Evie, whispering of the hidden secrets it held, of the peaceful power that flowed within its depths. As Evie approached the water's edge, it could feel the energy of the lake reaching out, connecting with it in a way that words could not explain. The lake was not simply a body of water, it was a living presence, filled with the stillness of the world and the quiet beauty of nature's design. And in that moment, Eve understood that this was no ordinary place. It was a place of transformation, a place where Evie's bond with nature would deepen, where it would be called to evolve once more. The water lapped gently against the shore, and as Evie dipped its paw into the coolness, it felt something stir within it. It was a shift, subtle and quiet, like the movement of a leaf drifting upon the surface of the water. The lake's energy flowed through Evie, filling it with a sense of calm, a sense of belonging. And in that peaceful moment, Evie felt the evolution stirring within it, a transformation waiting to unfold. As the water embraced Evie, a new form began to take shape. Its body shimmered, its fur rippling with the power of the water that now flowed through it. Slowly, gracefully, Evie evolved into Vaporeon, its sleek body now mirroring the smooth surface of the lake. Its tail swayed like the ripples in the water, and its form radiated the peaceful energy of the deep blue. Vaporeon's connection to the water was complete, and with it, Eve had become one with the element that had called to it so softly, so gently. But this was only the beginning of Evie's journey. The world was vast, and its elements were many. As Evie ventured further into the world, it encountered new forces of nature, each one leaving its mark, each one drawing it closer to the beauty of the world around it. From the warmth of the sun to the chill of the mountains, from the breath of the forest to the soft whisper of the wind, each encounter would shape Evie in ways that would lead to new evolutions, new forms that reflected the world's endless diversity. The sun, gentle and powerful, was the next force to leave its mark on Eevee. As Eevee walked through a meadow one warm afternoon, the sunlight bathed it in a soft, golden glow. The warmth of the sun felt comforting like a quiet embrace, and Eevee found itself basking in its radiance. The sun's energy was life giving, a quiet force that filled the world with warmth and light. And in that moment, Eve felt a stirring within, a soft, warm energy that urged it to evolve once more. As the sun's rays bathed Eve, it felt its body warming, its fur becoming more vibrant, more alive with the sun's energy. Slowly, the transformation began, and Eevee evolved into Flareon, its body now ablaze with the warmth of the sun. The fiery energy coursed through its veins, yet there was a calmness to it, a quiet power that radiated from within. Flareon's connection to the fire was now complete, and it stood as a symbol of the sun's gentle power, a creature of warmth and light, forever bound to the element of fire. But nature had more to offer. As Eve continued its journey, it felt the pull of the storm. The wind began to pick up, and the sky darkened with the promise of rain. The energy in the air was electric, charged with a wild, untamed force. Eve felt its fur stand on end, the crackling energy filling the space around it. The storm was coming, and with it, Eevee's next evolution. The electricity surged through the air, and Eevee felt its body thrumming with the power of the storm. The transformation was swift, like lightning striking the earth. And in that flash of energy, Eevee evolved into Jolteon, its body now charged with the electricity of the storm. Jolteon's form was sleek and sharp, crackling with energy, yet there was a quiet calm within its movements, as if it were in perfect harmony with the storm's wild energy. Jolteon was born of the storm, a creature of power and grace, a reflection of the electric pulse that ran through the earth. With each step Eevee took, it felt the world around it shifting, changing, evolving in ways that it could never fully understand. Yet it was not meant to understand at all. The beauty of Eevee's connection to nature was in its ability to feel, to exist in harmony with the world, to move with the flow of the elements. And as Eevee evolved into each new form, it carried with it the quiet strength of the earth, the sun, the storm, and the water. Each Eeveelution was a reflection of the world's quiet power, a reminder that nature's beauty lies not in its grand gestures, but in the soft, subtle movements of life that shape it. And as Eevee continued its journey, it would evolve into new forms, each one carrying with it a deeper understanding of the world and the peaceful connection it shared with it. Vaporeon, born of the water's gentle embrace, is a creature of fluidity and grace. As it emerged from Eevee's transformation, it carried within it the quiet power of the lake, the peaceful rhythm of the flowing river. The water had called to Eevee, and now, as Vaporeon, it had become a living reflection of the tranquil beauty that exists beneath the surface of the world. The world around Vaporeon seemed to shift when it entered the water. The air, still and heavy, gave way to the soft murmur of the lake, where the water's surface rippled with every movement. The quiet world beneath the water was a place of serenity, where time seemed to slow and the noise of the outside world faded into the background. It was here that Vaporeon truly felt at home, a creature born to glide through the water, its sleek body moving with effortless ease. As Vaporeon swam through the lake, it could feel the water wrap around it like a gentle, cool embrace. Its movements were fluid, graceful, as if it had always belonged to this world of shimmering blue and soft waves. The water whispered around it, a calming song that spoke of timelessness, of the deep connection between Vaporeon and the Earth's natural elements. It was a connection that was both physical and emotional, a bond that went beyond the mere physicality of swimming. The lake, too, was a living, breathing entity, full of quiet secrets that only those who truly understood the water could appreciate. Vaporeon could feel the subtle currents beneath the surface, the slow movement of the water as it changed and flowed. The water carried with it the memory of every drop that had ever passed through the earth, from the rivers that fed into the lake to the rain that fell from the sky. It was a vast, interconnected world that flowed with the heartbeat of nature itself, and Vaporeon was a part of it. As Vaporeon swam deeper into the lake, it could feel the coolness of the water seep into its very bones. The deep waters were calm, but there was a quiet power in them, a force that could be felt but not seen. It was the kind of power that did not demand attention, but instead flowed softly, like the gentle rhythm of a heartbeat. And within that quiet power, Vaporeon found its strength. It was not the kind of strength that came from force, but from the ability to move with the current, to let the water carry it where it needed to go. The transformation from Eevee to Vaporeon was more than just a physical change. It was a deep, emotional shift, a connection to the world that ran deeper than the surface of the water. Vaporeon became one with the lake, with the rivers, with the oceans, all the bodies of water that make up the earth. The power of the water was now within it, flowing through its very being, guiding its movements, shaping its form. Vaporeon's body was sleek and streamlined, designed for the fluidity of the water. Its fins were delicate yet strong, allowing it to move with grace and speed. Its tail, long and flowing, swayed gently with every movement, like the ripples in the water. The soft blue of its fur mirrored the colors of the lake, blending seamlessly with the world around it. It was a creature born to live in harmony with the water, to glide through it with ease, to move through the currents as though it was born from them. And yet, there was a quiet loneliness to Vaporeon's existence. It moved through the water with the utmost grace, but it was always aware of the vastness of the world around it. The lake, though peaceful, was a vast expanse, and even though Vaporeon was one with the water, it sometimes longed for a companion, someone with whom it could share its connection to the world. The waters could be a place of deep solitude, where the only company was the gentle sway of the waves and the soft murmur of the lake. But despite the solitude, Vaporeon found peace in its solitude, for it knew that the water was never truly empty. The lake was full of life, full of creatures that swam beneath the surface, that danced through the currents in their own quiet way. There was an understanding between Vaporeon and the water, an unspoken bond that transcended words. The water spoke to Vaporeon in its own quiet way, whispering of the world's secrets, of the gentle flow of time, of the quiet beauty that exists beneath the surface of all things. Vaporeon's existence was a quiet one, full of gentle movement and peaceful reflection. It was a creature that lived in harmony with the world around it, moving through life with the same fluidity as the water it was born from. The world might have rushed by in a blur, but Vaporeon moved with a calm certainty, always in tune with the gentle flow of nature. In a way, Vaporeon represented the quiet strength that comes from knowing one's place in the world. It did not need to shout, to fight, to prove its worth. It simply existed, moving through the water, embracing the peace of the world, and finding strength in the stillness. The water was its home, its refuge, and its guide. It was here that Vaporeon found its true self, in the gentle embrace of the water, where everything flowed as it was meant to be. Vaporeon's evolution was not just a physical transformation, but an emotional one, as it learned to embrace the water's calming power, to move with the currents of life, and to find peace in the stillness of the world. The water had become its home, its place of comfort, and its place of growth. And in that growth, Vaporeon found strength, not the strength of power or force, but the strength of peace, of connection, and of harmony with the world around it. As Vaporeon swam through the lake, it was at peace. It knew that it was exactly where it was meant to be, surrounded by the quiet beauty of the water, moving with the flow of nature, always in tune with the world's gentle rhythm. There was no rush, no urgency, just the quiet understanding that everything was as it should be, and that in the water, Vaporeon had found its true home. Jolteon, born of the electric energy that courses through the world, is a creature of raw vitality and quiet power. Where Vaporeon moves through the stillness of the water, Jolteon dances through the air, a flash of electricity and a streak of light. The storm's energy, the crackling charge that fills the atmosphere before a thunderstorm, is Jolteon's essence. It is as if the very air around Jolteon hums with the quiet force of the storm, a presence that is felt before it is seen, felt in every fiber of its being. The storm calls to Jolteon in a way that nothing else can. It is the pulse of the world, the heartbeat of nature, a silent energy that flows through the land like the wind. Jolteon feels it in its bones, the power of the lightning that arcs through the sky, the surge of electricity that runs beneath the surface of the earth. It is a force that Jolteon knows intimately, and it has learned to harness that force, to move with it, to become one with it. As Jolteon first evolves from Eevee, there is a moment of stillness, a quiet breath before the storm. The energy is there, crackling, building, but it is contained, waiting. And then, in an instant, it explodes. Jolteon's body surges with the energy of the storm, its fur standing on end as it becomes a living, breathing embodiment of electricity. Jolteon does not shout, does not roar. It simply moves, faster than the eye can follow, a flash of light, a spark of life that bursts into being. But despite the fierce energy that surges through it, Jolteon carries with it a deep sense of peace, a quiet awareness of its power. It does not need to demonstrate its strength through force. It is simply enough to exist, to move through the world with the silent hum of electricity running beneath its feet. Jolteon knows that the storm is a part of it, that it is born of that storm, but it also understands the stillness that exists in the storm's eye. It is a creature of contrasts, both wild and calm, both electric and serene. The world around Jolteon is alive with the hum of the storm. The wind picks up, swirling around it, lifting its fur, filling the air with the scent of rain. The clouds begin to gather, dark and heavy, and Jolteon can feel the charge in the air, the energy building, growing. The ground beneath its paws seems to tremble with anticipation, and Jolteon's body responds, its muscles coiling like a spring, ready to release. The first flash of lightning strikes, lighting up the sky with a brilliant burst of light, and Jolteon feels the charge surge through its body. It is a feeling like no other, a feeling of pure power, of life in its most vibrant form. And yet, in the midst of this wild energy, Jolteon remains calm. It does not seek to dominate the storm, to control it. Instead, it moves with it, flowing through the storm as though it were born of the wind itself. Jolteon's body crackles with electricity, but it does not break the quiet rhythm of the storm. It is a part of it, as natural as the wind, as inevitable as the rain. And in that quiet understanding, Jolteon finds its peace. There is a certain beauty in Jolteon's connection to the storm. It is not the loud, chaotic force that one might expect, but rather a quiet, powerful presence that moves with grace. Jolteon's body moves as if it is one with the electricity that fills the air, a creature of pure energy, but there is no rush, no frantic urgency. It simply is, moving through the world with the gentle hum of the storm behind it, a reminder that even the most powerful forces can be calm and still when they are in harmony with the world around them. Jolteon's fur, spiky and electric, seems to shimmer with the energy that surges through it. Each movement is a flash of light, a spark of life, as Jolteon dances through the world, a creature of pure vitality. The world is its playground, and the air is filled with the hum of its energy, a quiet but constant presence that fills the space around it. Jolteon does not need to be loud, to be brash. It simply exists, and in its existence, it commands attention, not through force, but through the quiet hum of the electricity that flows through its body. The storm, with all its power, can be a peaceful force, a reminder of the energy that pulses through all living things. Jolteon's connection to the storm is a reflection of that quiet energy, the energy that flows beneath the surface of the world, always present but rarely seen. It is the energy that fuels life itself, the quiet force that allows the world to continue spinning, the force that guides Jolteon through its journey. Jolteon is not a creature of chaos, but of harmony, moving with the storm, flowing with the energy that surrounds it. As Jolteon moves through the world, it carries with it the spark of life, the quiet hum of the storm that is always with it, always guiding it. It is a creature of lightning, but it is also a creature of calm, of quiet reflection. The storm does not need to be loud to be powerful, and neither does Jolteon. Its strength lies in its ability to move with the world, to flow through it with the energy that flows within it. Jolteon is not simply a creature of power, it is a creature of harmony, a reminder that even in the wildest forces there is stillness, and in that stillness there is peace. Jolteon, with its electric energy and calm grace, is a reminder that the world's forces are not always what they seem. The storm, though wild and fierce, carries with it the power of life, of growth, and of connection. Jolteon, born from that storm, carries that power within it, moving through the world with the quiet hum of life, always in tune with the energy that surrounds it. In its speed, in its spark, Jolteon finds peace, for it knows that it is in perfect harmony with the world, always moving with the current, always in tune with the flow of life. Flareon, the embodiment of fire, is a creature born from the heart of warmth itself. It is a being of passion, yet there is a quiet gentleness to the way it moves, as though it is forever in tune with the soft crackle of flames. The heat that flows through Flareon is not simply a force of destruction or wild energy. It is the gentle warmth of a campfire on a cold night, the steady flicker of light in the darkness, a reminder that even the fiercest flames can bring peace. As Flareon emerges from Eevee's evolution, the transformation is not just physical. It is a deep emotional shift, a connection to the fire that burns within and around it. The warmth of the sun, the glow of a hearth, the flicker of a flame, these are the things that stir within Flareon, calling it to evolve, calling it to embrace the power of the fire. And as Flareon's form solidifies, it feels that warmth surge through its very being, filling it with the comforting heat of the flames. Flareon's body is a soft, glowing orange, its fur flickering like the embers of a fire. The light that radiates from it is not blinding, but soft and warm, like the glow of a lantern in the night. Flareon carries the gentle power of the fire within it, and as it moves through the world, it spreads warmth wherever it goes. It is not a creature of wild destruction, but of quiet strength, a creature that embodies the warmth that fire can bring, the warmth that soothes and comforts. The first time Flareon steps into the world, it is drawn to the warmth of the earth beneath its paws. The sun, bright and golden, pours its warmth into the world, and Flareon feels the pull of that heat. The ground beneath it seems to pulse with life, and Flareon moves through the world with a slow, deliberate grace, its body attuned to the warmth of the earth, the heat of the sun. It is not in a rush, but rather moves with a quiet purpose, feeling the pulse of the earth, the gentle warmth of the world flowing through it. Flareon's movements are like the flickering of a flame, steady yet fluid. It is a creature born to feel the warmth of the world, to bask in the sun's glow, to become one with the heat that surrounds it. The warmth of the fire is not something that Flareon takes for granted. It understands the power of the flames, the way they can comfort, guide, and heal. But it also understands that fire, though powerful, must be respected, and it carries that respect with it wherever it goes. As Flareon moves through the world, it seeks out the warmth that surrounds it. It is drawn to the flicker of a campfire, to the soft glow of light that illuminates the darkness. The warmth of the fire is a comfort, a quiet reminder that even in the darkest moments, there is always light to guide the way. Flareon is a creature of light, and its presence brings a quiet warmth to the world. It does not shout, does not seek attention. It simply exists, moving through the world with the same steady grace as the flames it was born from. The fire that flows through Flareon is not simply a force of heat, but of passion. It is the spark of life, the warmth of connection, the fire that burns within all living things. Flareon's fur, soft and warm, shimmers with the energy of the flames, and as it moves, it leaves behind a trail of warmth, a soft, glowing light that spreads through the air. It is as though the very air around Flareon is infused with the heat of the flames, a quiet warmth that lingers in its wake. Flareon's connection to fire is a peaceful one. It does not seek to control the flames, nor does it seek to destroy. Instead, Flareon moves with the fire, becoming one with it. The flames are its companions, not its adversaries, and it embraces their warmth with open arms. In the flicker of a flame, Flareon finds peace, for it knows that fire, like all things, has its purpose. It is not a force of chaos, but of balance, of harmony. When Flareon encounters other creatures in the world, it does not need to prove its strength. Its warmth speaks for itself. The very presence of Flareon brings a sense of calm, a sense of security, like the glow of a hearth in the heart of winter. There is a quiet power in the way Flareon moves, in the way it shares its warmth with the world. It is not the loud crackling of a wildfire, but the steady, comforting glow of a fire that has burned for hours, filling the air with a quiet, soothing warmth. In the wild, Flareon moves with grace, its fur flickering like the flame of a candle in the breeze. It is a creature of the fire, but it is also a creature of peace, for it understands that fire, though powerful, must be respected. It is not a force to be feared, but a force to be embraced, for within the fire lies warmth, light, and life. Flareon carries that warmth with it, spreading it wherever it goes, filling the world with the gentle glow of the flames. Flareon is a reminder that even the fiercest forces can be a source of comfort. The fire, though wild and untamable, can also bring warmth, light, and peace. Flareon carries that lesson with it, teaching the world that fire is not something to be feared, but something to be respected and embraced. It is a force that can heal, guide, and comfort, just as the warmth of the sun can heal the world and bring light to the darkest places. As Flareon moves through the world, it carries the fire with it, a quiet, steady warmth that spreads through the world, one step at a time. It is not a loud, chaotic force, but a gentle reminder that the world is full of warmth, full of light, and full of quiet strength. And in that warmth, Flareon finds its peace, knowing that it is exactly where it is meant to be, sharing its light with the world. Espeon, the psychic Eeveelution, is a creature of quiet elegance and deep reflection. It is the embodiment of grace and intuition, born from the gentle light of the sun, yet attuned to the quiet whispers of the universe. Espeon's power lies not in brute force or loud declarations, but in the subtlety of its mind and the deep connection it shares with the world's hidden energies. It is a creature that moves with purpose, its every step deliberate, its every action a reflection of the deep understanding it holds of the world around it. Espeon's story begins in the warmth of the sun, where the light is soft and constant, gently caressing the earth. As the sun's rays filtered through the trees, they created a world of light and shadow, a world where every movement was a delicate dance between the two. Espeon, born from this light, carries with it the essence of the sun's warmth and the quiet serenity of the morning. The world around it seems to slow, the light softening everything it touches, turning even the most ordinary moments into something extraordinary. Espeon's connection to the sun is not one of loud energy, but of quiet power. It is the power of intuition, the power of understanding that comes from observing, from being attuned to the world's natural rhythms. The sun's light brings clarity, and in that clarity, Espeon finds its strength. It does not need to shout or make a grand display of its abilities. Instead, it moves through the world with a quiet confidence, aware of the subtle forces that guide its path. As Espeon's evolution from Eevee unfolds, the transformation is one of inner awakening. It is a shift not in physical form, but in spirit. The psychic power that Espeon carries is a quiet one, a power that speaks directly to the mind and the heart. It is a power that comes not from outward force, but from an understanding of the world that goes beyond what can be seen. It is a connection to the unseen, to the forces that move beneath the surface of the world, and Espeon is able to tap into these forces with the utmost ease. The transformation is slow, subtle, as Espeon's mind expands to embrace the world's hidden energy. It is like a gentle sunrise, where the light gradually fills the world, illuminating the dark corners of the mind and heart. The air grows still, the world quiets, and in this peaceful silence, Espeon becomes one with the world's hidden mysteries. The power of the sun, the warmth of its light, flows through Espeon's body, but it is not a force that seeks to overwhelm. Instead, it is a calm presence, a quiet energy that guides Espeon's every move. Espeon's fur is soft and sleek, its colors a gentle blend of purple and pink, as though it has been kissed by the very first light of dawn. Its eyes, large and expressive, are filled with an inner wisdom, a deep understanding of the world that is beyond words. When Espeon looks at you, it is as though it sees directly into your soul, understanding your thoughts before they even form. There is a calmness in its gaze, a quiet reassurance that everything will be all right, that the world, though vast and unknown, is a place of peace and connection. The world around Espeon seems to reflect its inner calm. As it walks through the world, it leaves behind a trail of soft light, like the sun's rays filtering through the trees. Everything in its presence seems to slow, as though the world itself is pausing to listen to the quiet whisper of Espeon's mind. The air is filled with a sense of serenity, and even the most chaotic moments seem to quiet when Espeon is near. It is not a force of overwhelming power, but a gentle, soothing presence, a reminder that there is always peace to be found, even in the midst of the storm. Espeon's psychic abilities are not used to control or manipulate the world around it. Instead, they are a means of understanding, a way of tapping into the subtle energies that flow through the world. Espeon can sense the emotions of others, understand their thoughts, and connect with them on a deep, almost spiritual level. It is a creature of empathy, able to feel the world's energies and respond with calm assurance. Espeon is always in tune with the world around it, always aware of the subtle forces that guide its path. The power of Espeon lies not in its ability to control the world, but in its ability to understand it. It is a creature of quiet strength, able to navigate the world's mysteries with grace and wisdom. It does not need to fight or struggle, for it knows that the answers to life's questions lie not in force, but in understanding. Espeon moves through the world like the soft rays of the sun, gentle yet powerful, always casting light where there was once darkness. The world around Espeon is full of subtle energies, and it is through these energies that Espeon finds its connection to everything. It understands the flow of nature, the movement of time, the pulse of the earth beneath its paws. It feels the emotions of others, the way the air shifts with every passing thought and every whispered feeling. Espeon is attuned to these energies, and it moves through the world with a quiet understanding of the forces that guide it. It is a creature of light, not in the loud, blinding sense, but in the soft, steady glow that illuminates the darkness and brings clarity to the world. Espeon's ability to perceive the unseen is what makes it truly special. It is a creature that understands the world not through sight or sound, but through intuition, through a deep inner knowing. It feels the world's emotions, its energies, and responds with calm grace. Espeon is not just connected to the world around it, but to the very heart of it, understanding the flow of life in a way that is beyond words. It is a reminder that true understanding comes from within, and that the answers to life's mysteries lie not in the world's chaos, but in the quiet spaces between. As Espeon moves through the world, it leaves behind a sense of calm, a reminder that there is always peace to be found, even in the most tumultuous of times. It is a creature that embodies the power of stillness, the power of understanding, and the quiet strength that comes from being in tune with the world's hidden energies. And in its quiet, gentle way, Espeon shows us that the most profound power lies not in what we can see, but in what we can feel, in the subtle whispers of the world around us. Umbreon is a creature born of the night, a being whose very essence is intertwined with the soft glow of the moon. It moves through the world with quiet grace, a shadow in the dark, ever watchful, ever vigilant. The moon, with its cool, silver light, guides Umbreon's every step, and in the stillness of the night, it is at its most powerful, its most serene. Umbreon does not seek the limelight, does not crave attention. It exists in the quiet, in the shadows, where its true strength lies. The moon's light is soft and steady, casting a gentle glow over the world below. It is not the blazing, fiery sun, but a quiet, soothing presence, a light that calms and reassures. It is this very light that Umbreon draws its power from. The moon does not burn with intensity, but rather it glows with a calm certainty, and in that certainty, Umbreon finds its strength. It is a creature of the night, a guardian of the peaceful hours, watching over the world while the rest of it sleeps. Umbreon's connection to the moon is deep and unspoken, like the bond between the tides and the pull of the earth. The moon shapes the tides, pulls at the oceans, and in the same way, it shapes Umbreon. Its power comes not from physical might, but from the quiet stillness that the moon imparts. Umbreon does not need to make itself known. It moves through the night, a creature of shadows and light, its presence felt only in the softest whispers of the wind, the faintest flicker of movement in the dark. As Umbreon evolves from Eevee, the transformation is one of serenity, a shift from the warmth of the day to the cool embrace of the night. The air around it grows cooler, the world settling into the calm of the evening. The moon rises in the sky, its silver light spilling across the landscape, and Umbreon feels the pull of that light deep within. It is not a violent change, but a quiet one, a subtle shift in the world's rhythm that calls Umbreon to its true form. Its body becomes sleek and dark, its fur gleaming in the moonlight like polished obsidian. Its eyes, bright and amber, are filled with the quiet strength of the night, a reminder that even in the darkest hours there is light. Umbreon is not a creature of chaos. It does not act on impulse, nor does it seek confrontation. It is a protector, a guardian of the night, watching over the world with a quiet intensity. There is a calmness to its presence, a serenity that spreads wherever it goes. Its eyes, glowing with the light of the moon, see what others cannot. It understands the subtle shifts in the world, the way the air changes, the way the earth shifts beneath its paws. Umbreon is always attuned to the world around it, always aware of the quiet forces that guide its path. In the night, Umbreon's movements are fluid, like the ebb and flow of the tides. It moves through the darkness with ease, its dark fur blending seamlessly with the shadows. It is a creature of mystery, of quiet power, and it is in the stillness of the night that Umbreon is most alive. The world is quieter, slower in the moonlight, and it is here that Umbreon finds its purpose. It is not here to fight or to prove itself. It is here to protect, to watch, and to ensure that the night remains undisturbed, that the world's quiet rhythm continues uninterrupted. The quiet power of Umbreon is not just in its physical form, but in the way it moves through the world. It is a creature that understands the balance of the night, the delicate harmony between the light of the moon and the darkness of the world. The moon's light is constant, steady, and in that constancy, Umbreon finds its strength. It is a reminder that even in the dark, there is peace, there is protection, there is purpose. Umbreon does not rush, does not act in haste. It exists in the quiet, in the slow movement of time, always watching, always protecting, always at peace. As Umbreon moves through the world, it leaves behind a trail of calm, a gentle reassurance that all is well, that the night is safe. It is a creature of the moon, and its power is drawn from the quiet light that bathes the world in the stillness of the night. The moon does not shine with intensity, but with a calm, steady light that guides the way. Umbreon is the embodiment of that light, a creature born to protect and to watch over the world in the hours when it is most vulnerable. The world around Umbreon is quiet, serene, and in the stillness of the night, it is at peace. There are no loud noises, no rushing winds, no bustling activity. Instead, there is the soft rustling of leaves, the gentle rustle of the earth as it shifts, the distant cry of an owl in the dark. Umbreon moves through this world with a quiet grace, its every step deliberate, its every movement calm and controlled. It is not in a rush. It does not seek to dominate or to overpower. It simply exists, moving through the night with the quiet certainty that it is where it belongs. Umbreon's connection to the moon is not just a physical one, it is a spiritual connection, a deep bond that transcends the boundaries of the physical world. The moon has always been a symbol of mystery, of quiet power, of the hidden forces that guide the world. Umbreon embodies this symbolism, drawing its strength from the moon's steady light, from its quiet presence in the night sky. It is a reminder that there is beauty in stillness, that there is power in patience, and that even in the darkest hours, there is always a light to guide the way. Umbreon is not a creature of noise or chaos. It is a creature of quiet strength, of protection, of peace. Its presence in the night is a gentle reassurance, a reminder that even in the dark, there is always a quiet power at work. And as Umbreon moves through the world, it does so with the knowledge that it is part of something greater, something older, something timeless, the quiet rhythm of the night, the pull of the moon, and the peace that comes from being at one with the world. Leafeon, born of the quiet whispers of the forest, is a creature that embodies the natural beauty of the earth. It is a being of green and growth, a living reflection of the trees that stretch toward the sky, the leaves that dance with the breeze, and the soft earth that cradles life. Where the world around it pulses with life and energy, Leafeon moves in perfect harmony with nature, its every step guided by the quiet rhythm of the forest. From the moment Leafeon evolves from Eevee, the air around it seems to shift. The warm sunlight that filters through the canopy above bathes Leafeon in a soft glow, and the earth beneath its paws feels alive, as if every root and leaf is attuned to its presence. The forest, full of the quiet hum of life, becomes a world of peace and harmony, where each movement is a natural expression of the world's rhythm. It is here, in the heart of the forest, that Leafeon finds its true home. Leafeon's connection to the forest is deep, woven into the very fabric of its being. Its fur, soft and green, reflects the colors of the leaves that rustle in the wind, the moss that covers the trees, and the delicate flowers that bloom at its feet. It moves through the forest with the grace of a leaf drifting on the breeze, its every step as gentle as the soft rustling of leaves. The world around it is alive, full of whispers and secrets, and Leafeon listens carefully to the song of the forest. It understands the language of the wind, the trees, and the earth, and it responds with quiet grace. As Leafeon moves through the forest, it feels the pulse of the earth beneath its paws. The roots of the trees stretch deep into the soil, drawing from the earth the nutrients that sustain life. The leaves on the trees rustle softly in the wind, their movements a gentle song that echoes through the forest. The sunlight filters through the canopy, casting dappled shadows on the forest floor, where the ferns and moss grow in soft clusters. It is a peaceful, harmonious world, and Leafeon is a part of it, flowing with the rhythm of the land. The power that flows through Leafeon is not one of force or domination, but of quiet growth. It is the power of nature, the gentle, patient force that causes the flowers to bloom, the trees to grow, and the seasons to change. Leafeon does not seek to control the forest, but rather to be a part of it. It moves with the flow of life, its every step a reflection of the world around it. The gentle breeze that rustles through the leaves, the soft murmur of the stream that flows nearby, the quiet hum of the earth, all of these are part of Leafeon's being, part of the quiet, natural force that guides it. As Leafeon continues its journey, it feels the connection between itself and the world around it grow stronger. It understands that it is not separate from the forest, but rather an integral part of it. The trees, the grass, the flowers, and the animals, all of them are connected, and Leafeon is a living, breathing expression of that connection. It is a reminder that nature is not something to be controlled, but something to be embraced, something to be lived in harmony with. The forest is full of life, and Leafeon is deeply attuned to that life. It moves through the world with a quiet confidence, aware of the balance that exists within the natural world. It knows that every creature, every plant, and every element of the earth plays a role in the grand dance of life. Leafeon does not seek to dominate the forest, but to live in harmony with it, to be a part of its cycle of growth and renewal. The forest is always changing, always evolving, but in that constant change, there is peace. Leafeon's ability to sense the life around it is extraordinary. It feels the subtle movements of the earth, the shift of the seasons, the quiet growth of the plants and trees. It understands the cycles of life, the ebb and flow of energy that moves through the forest, and it is in perfect harmony with that flow. There is a peacefulness to Leafeon, a quiet understanding of the world's rhythms, and it carries that understanding with it as it moves through the world. The world around Leafeon is full of quiet beauty. The sunlight that filters through the trees, the soft rustling of the leaves in the breeze, the scent of fresh earth and growing plants. All of these are part of the forest's gentle song, a song that Leafeon sings in its own way. It is a creature of the earth, of growth, of life, and it moves through the world with the same gentle grace as the wind that stirs the leaves, as the rain that nourishes the soil. Leafeon is not in a rush, for it knows that the earth moves at its own pace, and it moves with that pace, flowing with the rhythms of nature. As Leafeon encounters other creatures in the forest, it shares with them the quiet energy that flows through it. The birds in the trees, the small mammals that scurry across the forest floor, the insects that flit through the air, all of them are part of the same natural world, and Leafeon is connected to them all. It does not seek to control or dominate, but to live in harmony, to exist peacefully alongside the other creatures that call the forest home. Leafeon's evolution was not simply a change in form, but a change in understanding. It learned to embrace the earth's rhythms, to move with the natural flow of life. It understands the importance of balance, of patience, of growth. It does not fight against the world, but works with it, allowing the forest to guide its every step. The forest is not a place of conflict, but of peace, and Leafeon is a living expression of that peace. In the heart of the forest, where the light is soft and the shadows are long, Leafeon finds its true purpose. It is a creature of the earth, a reminder that there is power in stillness, in growth, in harmony with the world. The forest is full of life, and Leafeon is a part of that life, flowing with the natural rhythm of the world, always moving, always growing, always at peace. It is a creature born to protect the balance of nature, to nurture the world, and to live in perfect harmony with the earth. Leafeon's evolution is a gentle reminder that growth takes time, that the world moves at its own pace, and that peace can be found in the quiet moments of life. It is a creature of nature, born to live in harmony with the world around it, to move with the flow of life, and to embrace the quiet beauty of the earth. Glaceon, born of the quiet chill of winter, is a creature that embodies the calm beauty of the cold. It is a being of ice, its form sleek and crystalline, as if it has been carved from the very heart of winter itself. Unlike the fiery, vibrant energy of Flareon or the graceful, flowing elegance of Vaporeon, Glaceon carries with it the quiet stillness of a frozen landscape, a landscape where time seems to slow, where the world is blanketed in snow, and the only sound is the soft whisper of the wind. The first time Glaceon feels the pull of the cold, it is as if the very air around it has shifted. The warmth of the sun, the gentle touch of the breeze, and the vibrant life of spring fade into the background, replaced by the crispness of the winter air. The world seems to slow, to pause, as though it is holding its breath. The ground beneath Glaceon's paws becomes firmer, colder, and with each step, it can feel the world harden around it. Could the trees, once full of life and warmth, now stand tall and bare, their branches reaching toward the sky like icy fingers, their leaves replaced by the delicate frost of winter? In this moment, Glaceon feels a shift within itself, a deep connection to the world that is now covered in snow. The cold doesn't feel harsh or biting, but peaceful and pure, like a deep breath that clears the mind. The world is different now, and Glaceon moves through it with a quiet certainty, as if it has always belonged to this frozen world. The ice, the snow, the cold, all of it flows through Glaceon, a part of it, shaping it into the creature it is meant to be. The evolution from Eevee to Glaceon is not one of fire or water, but one of stillness, a deep, reflective quiet that comes from being in perfect harmony with the frozen world. Glacian's body is sleek and streamlined, its fur a pale, icy blue that seems to shimmer with the chill of winter. Its fur glows softly, like the pale light of the moon on a snowy night. It is a creature made of ice, yet its movements are graceful, as though it is dancing across the frozen world. There is the beauty in the way Glacian moves, a calm elegance that speaks of the quiet strength that comes from being in perfect harmony with the world. It does not need to rush, for it knows that the world will move at its own pace, and that everything, even the coldest moments, has its purpose. The world around Glection is one of stillness, but that stillness is not empty. It is full of quiet beauty, a beauty that can only be found in the calm of winter. The snowflakes that fall softly from the sky, the frost that clings to the trees, the frozen ponds that reflect the pale light of the moon. All of these things are part of Glacian's world, and they are all deeply connected to the quiet power that flows through it. Glaceon's bond with the cold is not one of force or aggression, but one of quiet understanding. The cold does not need to be feared, it simply needs to be embraced, to be understood. As Glacian moves through the snowy landscape, it is as if the very world around it is holding its breath. The snow beneath its paws crunches softly, and the air is crisp, sharp, and pure. The silence of the winter world is profound, and in that silence Glacian finds peace. It does not need to make a sound, does not need to announce its presence. It simply exists, moving through the frozen world with a quiet grace, its every step a reflection of the calm beauty of winter. Glacian's connection to the cold is one of balance. It understands that the winter, though cold and quiet, is a vital part of the world's cycle. The cold brings stillness, but it also brings clarity. It is a time for reflection, for quiet growth beneath the surface, for preparation for the warmth that will come. Glaceon is not afraid of the cold, nor does it seek to fight it. Instead, it moves with it, flowing through the frozen world with the same calm serenity that the snowflakes carry as they drift to the earth. There is no hurry in Glacian's movements. It simply exists in harmony with the world, embracing the stillness of winter and finding beauty in every frozen breath. The power of Glacian lies in its ability to remain still, to be present in the moment. It does not rush through life, does not push forward with force. Instead, it waits, it listens, it reflects. The cold that flows through Glacian is not something that seeks to destroy or overwhelm, but something that brings clarity, peace, and understanding. The ice that coats its fur is not a barrier, but a reflection of the calm that exists within. It is the quiet power that comes from being in perfect harmony with the world around it. Glaceon does not need to prove itself. Its beauty and strength lie in its quiet presence, in the way it moves through the world with grace and calm. It understands that everything in the world has its place, its purpose, and it does not need to fight for its place. It simply is, and in that being, it finds its strength. The cold does not need to be loud or harsh to be powerful. It is enough in its quiet stillness, in the way it shapes the world without ever needing to speak. In the stillness of the winter landscape, Glaceon finds its true purpose. It is a creature of the cold, of the quiet, of the deep, reflective moments that come with the chill of winter. It is a reminder that power does not always need to be loud or forceful. Sometimes, the quietest forces are the most powerful, for they are the ones that move through the world with calm certainty, shaping the world in ways that cannot be seen but can always be felt. As Glushin moves through the world, it is a creature of the cold, a reminder that even in the darkest, coldest moments, there is beauty and peace to be found. The world may be frozen, but it is alive with quiet energy, with the promise of new life, new growth, and new beginnings. Glaceon moves with the quiet rhythm of winter, embracing the stillness, embracing the cold, and finding peace in the quiet, power that flows through it. Sylveon, the fairy type Eeveelution, is a creature of pure affection and soft, nurturing energy. It is a being that radiates kindness and care, its form soft and delicate, like a warm embrace that soothes the soul. Where the other Eeveelutions embody the elements of nature with their fierce energies, Sylveon's power lies in its heart, a heart that is full of love, trust, and connection. Sylveon is not a creature of force or strength. It is a creature of warmth, of gentle power, a reminder that the most profound strength comes from the ability to love and care for others. Sylveon's connection to the world around it is deep, rooted in the quiet bonds that exist between all living things. It understands the power of empathy, the strength that comes from forming meaningful connections with others. Sylveon's evolution from Eevee is not simply a physical transformation. It is an emotional one, a shift from the solitary journey of Eevee into a deeper, more profound relationship with the world. It is as if, in this evolution, Sylveon learns to see the world not through its own eyes, but through the eyes of others, embracing the joy and sorrow, the beauty and pain that all living beings experience. The first time Sylveon feels the shift within itself, it is a quiet moment. There is no thunderous change, no sudden burst of energy. Instead, it is a soft, subtle feeling that grows within, a warmth that spreads through its body, like the gentle caress of a hand on a cold evening. The ribbons that adorn Sylveon's body, soft and flowing, like silken threads of love, are a reflection of the connection it now feels with the world around it. They are not just decorative, they are an extension of its heart, a physical manifestation of the love that Sylveon carries within. As Sylveon evolves, it begins to realize that it is not alone in the world. There is a vast network of life, a web of connections that bind all living beings together. The flowers, the trees, the animals, all of them are part of the same world, part of the same shared existence. And Sylveon, with its gentle heart, understands that its purpose is not to dominate or control, but to care for and protect. It is a guardian of the heart, a creature whose strength lies in its ability to love and connect with others. Sylveon's fur, soft and pale, is like the first light of dawn, a delicate glow that fills the world with warmth and promise. Its ribbons flow behind it like the wind, graceful and gentle, as if they are an extension of the bond Sylveon shares with the world. These ribbons are not simply a part of Sylveon's appearance, but an expression of its heart. They reach out, touching everything they encounter, forming bonds of trust and affection. The ribbons are a reminder that love, like the wind, can touch all things, moving freely and without restriction. The world around Sylveon seems to soften in its presence. The harsh edges of reality blur, and the world is bathed in a gentle light, like the soft glow of twilight. Sylveon moves through this world with grace and tenderness, So its every step a reflection of the care it has for the world around it. It is not in a rush. It does not need to hurry. Sylvian moves at its own pace, taking the time to connect with those it encounters, to offer its kindness and love to those who need it. In the presence of Sylvian, the world feels more gentle, more forgiving. It is a creature whose energy is not overwhelming, but soothing, a balm for the soul. Sylvian understands the emotional world in a way that few others can. It senses the feelings of those around it, whether they are joyful or sorrowful, and responds with warmth and understanding. Sylvian does not need to speak. Its presence alone is enough to communicate the love and care it feels. It is a reminder that sometimes the best way to comfort someone is not through words, but through a gentle touch, a quiet presence, a shared moment of understanding. As Sylvian interacts with others, it brings a sense of calm and peace. It is a creature that embodies the belief that love is a powerful force, capable of healing, of bringing people together, and of overcoming the challenges that life presents. Sylvian's ability to connect with others is its greatest strength. It can sense the deepest emotions, the most hidden fears, and it responds with a heart full of compassion. It is a creature that embodies the power of empathy, of understanding, of love. Sylveon's bond with its trainer is particularly strong. As a fairy type Pokemon, it shares an innate understanding of human emotion, and it connects deeply with those it holds dear. It is a reminder that the relationship between Pokemon and trainer is not just one of companionship, but of mutual care and respect. Sylvian's love for its trainer is not just affection, it is a bond built on trust, understanding, and emotional support. Together, they form a team that is built not just on strength, but on love. The strength of Sylvian lies in its quiet power, in its ability to connect with the world and with others in a way that transcends physical force. It is not a creature of aggression, but of protection, of care, of love. Its ribbons, its graceful movements, and its soft, glowing presence are all expressions of this power. Sylvian is a protector, a guardian of the heart, and it is in its heart that its true strength lies. It does not seek to fight or conquer, but to nurture, to love, and to bring peace to the world around it. As Sylvian moves through the world, it leaves behind a trail of warmth and light, a gentle reminder that love is the most powerful force of all. It is a creature of the heart, and it moves through the world with the quiet understanding that love is not something to be taken for granted, but something to be cherished, nurtured, and shared. Sylvian is a living embodiment of the belief that love is the key to everything, that in love there is strength, peace, and unity. In the stillness of the world, in the quiet moments between breaths, Sylvian teaches us that love is the greatest power we can wield. It is a force that can heal wounds, calm fears, and bring people together in ways that nothing else can. Sylvian's presence is a reminder that no matter what challenges we face, there is always the possibility of finding comfort and strength in love. And it is through love that we can find the courage to move forward, to face the world, and to overcome whatever obstacles lie ahead. Evolution in the world of Pokemon is not just a process of physical transformation, but a deeply symbolic journey, a journey of growth, change, and adaptation. For Eevee and its many evolutions, this process is particularly meaningful, as each transformation reflects a different aspect of nature, personality, and the bonds shared between Pokemon and the world they inhabit. Evolution is not simply about becoming stronger, it is about embracing the world, understanding one's place in it, and stepping into a new form that aligns with the environment, the emotions, and the power that shape the Pokemon's being. At its core, evolution in Pokemon is an exploration of potential. It is the unlocking of a hidden door, the discovery of abilities and attributes that lie dormant within. But the process of evolution is not just a shift in physical form, it is a deep, emotional experience that reflects a Pokemon's growth, its connection to the forces of nature, and the way in which it interacts with the world around it. Whether it is the transformation of Eevee into Vaporeon, the graceful flow of the water coursing through its body, or the fiery passion that ignites Flareon's spirit, each evolution is a reflection of the world's beauty, complexity, and balance. For Eevee, evolution is not linear but multifaceted. Unlike many Pokemon whose evolutions follow a more defined path, Eevee has the unique ability to evolve in several different ways, depending on the conditions it encounters. Each of Eevee's evolutions represents a different facet of nature, a different aspect of the world it belongs to. Vaporeon is born from the water, a creature of flow and fluidity, a reflection of the quiet power that lies beneath the surface. Jolteon is sparked into existence by the energy of the storm, a creature of electricity and speed, embodying the raw vitality of the world's hidden currents. Flareon bursts forth from the heat of the sun, its flame burning bright and fierce, a symbol of passion, warmth, and energy. Each evolution of Eevee is a reminder that there is more to growth than simply becoming stronger. There is growth in becoming more attuned to the world, in listening to the forces of nature that shape our being. The process of evolution is deeply tied to the bond between a Pokemon and its environment. For Eevee, this bond is not limited to physical proximity, but extends to emotional and spiritual connections as well. The environment shapes Eevee's transformations in profound ways as it absorbs the energies of the world around it. These energies are not simply external forces, they are integrated into the very fabric of Eevee's being. It is the quiet pull of the ocean that calls Eevee to evolve into Vaporeon, the gentle caress of the sun that guides it toward Flareon, and the electric hum of the storm that sparks Jolteon's fiery energy. But evolution is not just a result of external forces. It is also a reflection of the Pokemon's inner growth, its emotional development, and its willingness to embrace change. Evolution in Pokemon is often a result of trust, trust in the world around them, trust in their trainers, and trust in themselves. A Pokemon must be ready to evolve, to step into a new form, and to embrace the unknown that comes with it. This readiness is often guided by the experiences, relationships, and emotional bonds that a Pokemon shares with its environment. The bond between a Pokemon and its trainer plays a particularly important role in the evolution process. A Pokemon's evolution is often a reflection of the trust and understanding shared between them and their trainer. As a Pokemon grows in its relationship with its trainer, it becomes more confident in its abilities, more attuned to its surroundings, and more willing to evolve into the next stage of its journey. For Eevee, this bond is especially important, as its ability to evolve in so many different ways is a testament to the unique connection it shares with its trainer. Whether it is through a close emotional bond, a shared journey, or the guidance of a trusted friend, Eevee's evolution is a partnership, one that reflects the deep trust and understanding that exists between them. Each of Eevee's evolutions is also a reflection of its ability to adapt to the world. The world is constantly changing, and Pokemon, like all living creatures, must adapt to their environment in order to thrive. Evolution is a way of adapting, a way of embracing change and becoming more in tune with the forces that shape the world. Whether it is the icy cold of winter that shapes Glaceon, the quiet breath of the forest that forms Leafeon, or the soft, moonlit glow that guides Umbreon, each evolution represents a unique way of responding to the world's ever-changing nature. The act of evolution is also an expression of balance. It is not about choosing one path over another, but about finding harmony within the world. Each of Eve's evolutions is a balanced reflection of the forces of nature. Vaporeon is the embodiment of water, flowing and adaptable, while Flareon is the embodiment of fire, passionate and energetic. Jolteon is electricity, fast and vibrant, while Glaceon is ice, calm and still. Each evolution is a reminder that balance is key to understanding the world. There is strength in diversity, and in embracing the various aspects of nature, we learn to live in harmony with the world. As Eevee's story continues through its evolutions, we see how evolution represents not just physical change, but the growth of the soul. Each evolution is a step in the Pokemon's journey of self-discovery, of finding its place in the world, and learning how to interact with the forces around it. It is a reminder that we are all constantly evolving, learning, growing, and changing, and that each stage of our journey holds new possibilities, new forms of strength, and new opportunities to connect with the world. The role of evolution in the Pokemon world and in Eevee's journey is a reflection of life itself. It is a constant cycle of growth and change, a reminder that the world is always shifting, always evolving. Evolution is not just about becoming stronger. It is about becoming more attuned to the world, more connected to the forces that shape us, and more willing to embrace the unknown. It is a journey of self-discovery, of trust, of adaptation, and of balance. A journey that Eevee and its evolutions undertake with grace, strength, and a deep understanding of the world around them. The bond between a Pokemon and its trainer is one of the most profound connections in the world of Pokemon. It is a relationship built on trust, respect, and shared experiences, one that transcends the boundaries of species and creates a unique form of companionship. For Eevee and its evolutions, this bond is especially significant as it plays a crucial role in their development and evolution. The emotional connection between Eevee and its trainer is not just a fleeting one. It is a deep, lasting relationship that influences the very essence of the Pokemon's journey. At the heart of this bond is trust. Eevee, like all Pokemon, looks to its trainer for guidance, support, and reassurance. In turn, a trainer must offer not just care and attention, but also patience and understanding. It is through this mutual trust that the Pokemon grows, evolves, and learns. For Eevee, which is capable of so many different evolutions, trust with its trainer is especially important. The trust that Eevee places in its trainer is the foundation upon which its evolution rests. As Eevee feels safe and supported, it becomes more open to the possibilities that evolution offers, knowing that it can trust its trainer to guide it through each change. The trainer's role in this bond is not simply to provide for Eevee's physical needs, but to nurture its emotional growth. A Pokemon's evolution is often linked to its emotional state, and the stronger the bond between trainer and Pokemon, the more likely it is that the Pokemon will evolve in a way that reflects their relationship. For Eevee, the evolution is a reflection of the emotional environment it shares with its trainer. Whether it is through moments of shared joy, trust, or hardship, the experiences they share shape the course of Eevee's evolution. In this sense, the bond between trainer and Eevee is not just one of care, but one of shared growth, each evolving alongside the other. The bond between Eevee and its trainer also extends to the many forms that Eevee can take. Unlike many Pokemon, whose evolution follows a set path, Eevee has the unique ability to evolve into several different forms, each tied to a different element of the world. This variety in evolution reflects the diversity of the bond it shares with its trainer. Just as Eevee can evolve into different forms, so too can the relationship between Eevee and its trainer take on many different shapes. It is a dynamic relationship, one that adapts to the needs of both the Pokemon and the trainer. Each evolution represents a different phase in their journey together, a new chapter in their shared story. For example, when Eevee evolves into Vaporeon, the bond between trainer and Pokemon has reached a level of mutual understanding and trust that allows Eevee to embrace the flowing, adaptable nature of water. The trainer's guidance has helped Eevee recognize the power of change and transformation, leading to its evolution into Vaporeon. Similarly, when Eevee evolves into Flareon, the bond is rooted in the warmth and passion they share. The fire that ignites within Flareon is a reflection of the trust and affection between trainer and Pokemon, a flame that grows brighter with each shared moment. Each evolution is a manifestation of the emotional connection that exists between Eevee and its trainer. The bond between them creates a safe space where Eevee feels free to embrace the forces of nature, to become a part of the world's elements, and to transform into a new form that reflects its growth. This deep emotional connection is not something that happens overnight. It is cultivated through time, patience, and understanding. The more time a trainer spends with Eevee, the deeper their connection grows, and the more likely it is that Eevee will evolve into a form that is a true reflection of their bond. The bond between trainer and Pokemon is also one of emotional support. A trainer is there to offer comfort and encouragement, to help their Pokemon through difficult times and celebrate the victories together. In return, Eevee offers unwavering loyalty and affection, a devotion that is unmatched. This mutual support creates a safe environment for growth and evolution. It is in these moments of emotional exchange that Eevee's trust in its trainer deepens, and it becomes more willing to evolve, to step into new forms, to embrace change. The evolution process is not just a physical change, but a deepening of the emotional connection between trainer and Pokemon. As Eevee evolves, the bond between trainer and Pokemon grows stronger, and with that strength comes the ability to face new challenges and explore new possibilities. The evolution of Eevee is not just about the Pokemon becoming stronger. It is about the relationship between them becoming deeper, more meaningful. The deeper the bond, the more powerful the evolution, and the more fulfilling the journey becomes. The connection between trainer and Eevee becomes a partnership, where each helps the other grow, learn, and transform into something greater than they were before. In addition to the emotional bond, the trainer also plays a role in guiding Eevee through the practical aspects of its evolution. Whether it is through the use of special items or by creating an environment that encourages evolution, the trainer's role is to provide the tools and guidance that Eevee needs to make the transition. This guidance is essential as it helps Eevee understand the changes it is undergoing and provides the reassurance it needs during its transformation. The trainer's role is not to force evolution, but to provide the support and encouragement that Eevee needs to take the next step in its journey. The bond between Eevee and its trainer is one of the most beautiful aspects of Pokemon lore. It is a relationship that transcends the boundaries of species and creates a deep, lasting connection between two living beings. This bond is what allows Eevee to evolve, to grow, and to embrace the world around it. Each evolution is a reflection of that bond, a manifestation of the trust, love, and understanding that trainer and Pokemon share. It is a reminder that evolution is not just a physical change, but an emotional and spiritual journey that both Pokemon and trainer undertake together. Through their shared experiences, their mutual support, and their unwavering trust, Eevee and its trainer grow together, evolving not just as individuals, but as partners, each helping the other reach new heights and embrace new possibilities. The journey of evolutions transcends the boundaries of the Pokemon world and has reached the hearts of millions around the globe, becoming an iconic part of popular culture. From the moment Eevee was introduced as the lovable, adaptable Pokemon, it quickly captured the imagination of fans, and its many evolutions would go on to shape the way the world viewed the diverse possibilities within the Pokemon universe. The Eeveelutions represent not only the adaptability of nature, but also the creative potential of the Pokemon world, a world where anything is possible, where evolution can take on countless forms, each one uniquely tied to the forces of nature. Eevee's evolution into its various forms is not just an element of the Pokemon games, but a central aspect of the broader Pokemon franchise, including the animated series, movies, and even merchandise. Fans have embraced the diversity of Eevee's evolutions, seeing in them not just individual Pokemon, but symbols of change, growth, and connection. Each Eeveelution, from the watery Vaporeon to the fiery Flareon, the electric Jolteon, the serene Espeon, the shadowy Umbreon, the leafy Leafeon, the icy Glaceon, and the fairy-like Sylveon, resonates with a different aspect of nature and emotion, making them accessible and beloved by fans of all ages. In the animated series, Eevee's evolutions have been featured in several key episodes, where they often serve as emotional anchors or symbolic representations of the character's growth and development. For example, in the many Pokemon battles, Eeveelutions are not just powerful combatants, but also embodiments of their trainers' relationships with them. They serve as visual and emotional milestones, marking the evolution of both the Pokemon and their trainer in meaningful ways. The connection between an evolution and its trainer often parallels the growth of the bond between them, a theme that resonates deeply with fans who see themselves reflected in these relationships. Moreover, the Eeveelutions have made appearances in several Pokemon movies, further solidifying their place in popular culture. They are often showcased not just as battle-ready Pokemon, but as symbols of loyalty companionship, and the bonds that tie people and Pokemon together. Vaporeon, Flareon, and Jolteon, with their elemental traits, symbolize the diversity of nature's powers, while Espeon and Umbreon bring forth the mystical aspects of the Pokemon world: light and shadow, intuition and protection. Leafeon and Glaceon represent the changing seasons and the quiet beauty of nature's cycles, while Sylveon stands as a gentle reminder of the power of love, affection, and connection. Together, the Eeveelutions illustrate the harmonious balance of the world, where every element and emotion has a place. Outside of the Pokemon universe, the Eeveelutions have become cultural icons. Fans of Pokemon have embraced them not just as Pokemon, but as representations of different aspects of their own lives and personalities. Cosplay, fan art, and online communities have flourished around the Eeveelutions, with fans expressing their own interpretations of their favorite Eeveelutions. Whether through art, music, or storytelling, fans have found a way to make the Eeveelutions their own, reflecting their personal connections to the diverse powers that these Pokemon represent. The cultural impact of Eeveelutions is also evident in the way they have influenced fashion and design. From clothing lines featuring the Eeveelutions to accessories, home decor, and even beauty products inspired by the colors and themes of the evolutions, Eevee's different forms have found their way into various areas of consumer culture. Whether it's a bag with a cute Vaporeon print, a necklace shaped like Sylveon's ribbons, or a poster featuring all the evolutions in a glowing landscape, the influence of evolutions stretches far beyond the world of gaming. The distinct colors, personalities, and traits of each evolution make them the perfect muse for various forms of artistic expression. One of the most significant reasons for the cultural impact of evolutions is the way in which each evolution speaks to different aspects of human nature. Vaporeon, with its connection to water, symbolizes adaptability and fluidity, while Flareon represents passion, energy, and warmth. Jolteon, with its lightning fast movements, brings to mind speed, vitality, and the drive to stay ahead of the curve. Espeon's psychic abilities and graceful elegance evoke a sense of intuition, wisdom, and mental strength, while Umbreon's quiet strength and connection to the moon represent mystery, resilience, and protection. Leafeon's ties to nature and the cycles of the seasons speak to growth, renewal, and the passage of time, and Glaceon's cool, serene presence represents clarity, calm, and the beauty of stillness. Lastly, Sylveon's gentle ribbons and fairy-like qualities convey warmth, love, and the power of affection, bringing to the forefront the importance of nurturing relationships. The evolution of Eevee into its various forms also mirrors personal growth and change, something that fans can relate to on a deeper level. Each evolution represents a different path, a different potential, just as each person's life takes different twists and turns based on their own experiences and choices. Fans are drawn to the fact that evolutions are not bound by a singular destiny, but rather they can become many things, depending on the circumstances, much like the fans themselves. This sense of personal empowerment and transformation is one of the reasons why evolutions resonate so deeply with people of all ages. Eevee, as the central character in this evolution story, represents the idea of endless possibility. The fact that Eevee can evolve into so many different forms makes it a symbol of choice and potential. It shows fans that they have the ability to grow, change, and adapt, just as Eevee does with each evolution. This sense of possibility is something that people can carry with them in their own lives, knowing that they too have the power to evolve, to choose their paths, and to embrace the changes that come their way. Beyond the Pokemon franchise, evolutions have permeated various aspects of online culture, especially within social media and fan driven platforms like Tumblr, Reddit, and Instagram. Fan art, memes, and stories featuring evolutions are shared, celebrated, and enjoyed by communities around the world. This connection extends into the real world as well, where people wear their favorite evolution on t shirts, bags, or pins, expressing their personal connection to these beloved Pokemon. In the world of Pokemon, evolution is not always a simple or straightforward process. For some Pokemon, evolution occurs naturally, guided by experience and training and the passage of time. But for Eevee, the process is much more mysterious, tied to mystical stones that hold within them the power to unlock the potential hidden within. These evolution stones are not merely items, they are keys to transformation, representing the forces of nature that shape the world. Each stone is imbued with the essence of a particular element: water, fire, electricity, ice, and more, and they have the ability to guide Eevee into its various evolved forms. But the stones are not just tools, they are steeped in mystery, their origins unknown, and their power awe inspiring. The first of these mystical stones is the Water Stone, a shining gem that holds the power of water. When Eevee comes into contact with this stone, it evolves into Vaporeon, its body transforming into one that is fluid and graceful, able to move effortlessly through the water. The Water Stone is a symbol of adaptability, of fluidity, and of the deep connection between Eevee and the life-giving power of water. It is a stone that represents the quiet force of the ocean, the stillness of lakes, and the constant flow of rivers. When Eevee touches this stone, it becomes one with the element of water, its form becoming sleek and shimmering like the very waves it now embodies. Next, there is the Fire Stone, a powerful relic that holds the essence of flame. This stone is imbued with the raw energy of fire, and when Eevee encounters it, it evolves into Flareon, its body becoming warm and radiant, a living embodiment of the heat and passion of the flames. The Fire Stone represents energy, vitality, and the burning drive to forge ahead. It is a stone of transformation, capable of awakening the fire that lies dormant within Eevee. With the touch of the Fire Stone, Eevee becomes Flareon, a creature whose energy burns bright, whose presence fills the world with warmth, and whose spirit reflects the passionate force of fire. Then there is the Thunderstone, a stone that holds the very essence of electricity. It crackles with energy, filled with the charge of 1,000 thunderstorms. When Eevee comes into contact with the Thunderstone, it evolves into Jolteon, its body crackling with lightning, its movements fast and electrifying. The Thunderstone represents speed, vitality, and the relentless force of nature that moves through the world like a bolt of lightning. It is a stone of power, a stone that harnesses the energy of the storm and transforms Eevee into a creature that embodies the raw power of electricity. With the Thunderstone, Eevee evolves into Jolteon, a being of lightning and energy, always moving forward with unstoppable force. The Ice Stone is another of the evolution stones, one that holds the essence of winter's cold, quiet beauty. When Eevee touches this stone, it evolves into Glaceon, its body becoming sleek and icy, its form embodying the calm, serene stillness of the winter landscape. The ice stone represents clarity, calm, and the beauty of stillness. It is a stone of transformation, one that calls forth the quiet, peaceful energy of the cold and the frozen world. When Eevee evolves into Glaceon, it becomes a creature of ice, able to move with grace through the snow and the cold winds, a being of peace and clarity, much like the stillness that reigns in the depths of winter. The evolution stones are not just physical objects, they are symbols of the forces that shape the world. Each stone represents a different aspect of nature, a different element that exists in balance with all the others. The stones are a reminder that the world is full of change, full of transformation, and that everything has its time and place. For Eevee, these stones are the catalysts that unlock the potential within, guiding it through its evolutionary journey. But while the stones hold the power to evolve Eevee, they also represent the mysteries of the world, the unknown forces that lie beneath the surface of everyday life. As Eevee evolves, it grows closer to the world around it. Each stone offers a new path, a new possibility, but each also requires Eevee to embrace the essence of the element it represents. The stones are not simply magical artifacts, they are conduits to the deeper forces of nature. To evolve, Eevee must not only come into contact with the stone, but must also accept the power that the stone represents. It is a transformation that is both physical and spiritual, a journey that requires Eevee to open itself to the world's energy and embrace the forces that flow through it. There are also more mysterious stones, the Moonstone and the Sunstone, that have yet to play a role in Eva's evolution. Those stones are steeped in symbolism, representing the celestial forces that guide the world. While Eevee has yet to evolve into forms associated with these stones, their presence in the Pokémon world is a reminder of the ever-present mysteries that lie beyond our understanding. They are stones that hold the promise of future transformations, and their power is yet to be fully realized. The stones themselves are objects of great beauty, often glowing with an inner light, their surfaces smooth and polished. They are as much a part of the Pokémon world as the creatures themselves, and they are integral to the story of Eevee's journey. But despite their importance, the stones remain mysterious. Where did they come from? Why do they have the power to shape the evolution of Pokémon? These questions have yet to be answered, adding an air of wonder and intrigue to the process of evolution. The stones are not just tools to be used, but mysteries to be explored, and in their power lies the promise of discovery. The evolution stones are reminders that there is always more to the world than meets the eye. They represent the hidden forces of nature that shape the world, the quiet powers that influence change. For Eevee, the stones are the key to its evolution, but they are also the key to unlocking the deeper mysteries of the world. The stones hold the power to transform, to shape the future, and to bring forth new possibilities. As Eevee continues its journey, the stones will continue to play a central role, guiding it through the many stages of its evolution. The stones are more than just magical artifacts. They are the embodiment of nature's power, of the forces that guide the world, and of the potential for change and growth. Each stone is a key to a new possibility, a new form, a new chapter in Eevee's journey. And through these stones, Eevee will continue to evolve, to grow, and to embrace the world in all its beauty and mystery. In a world filled with noise and chaos, the evolutions stand as quiet pillars of strength. Unlike many Pokémon who rely on loud roars or powerful attacks, the Eeveelutions possess a silent power, a force that doesn't need to shout to be felt. Their abilities are not defined by how loud or fast they can be, but by how they move through the world with grace, elegance, and a quiet strength that emanates from within. This silent power is a reminder that true strength is not always loud or obvious, but rather it is often found in the stillness and the subtlety of a being's presence. Each evolution embodies a different aspect of this silent power, and each one reflects a unique way of moving through the world. Vaporeon, for instance, carries the fluidity of water. It moves with grace, undisturbed by the turbulence around it, flowing through the world like a gentle stream. Its power lies not in overwhelming force, but in its ability to adapt, to shift, and change with the world's currents. Vaporeon's power is silent, yet it is as deep and impactful as the oceans, constantly moving and changing in ways that cannot always be seen but always felt. Similarly, Flareon carries the silent power of fire. It is a creature of warmth, of light, of passion. But its power does not come from the raging flames or the fierce heat of a wildfire. Instead, Flareon's strength lies in its steady warmth, in the quiet burn of its spirit, which is ever present, always there to offer comfort and light. Flareon embodies the idea that power doesn't need to be chaotic to be powerful. Its fire burns with quiet confidence, providing light in the darkest of times, warmth in the coldest of places. Jolteon, too, possesses silent power, but its form of power is rooted in energy. It is not the loud crack of thunder that defines Jolteon's strength, but the quiet hum of electricity that runs through its veins. Jolteon's power is fast, sharp, and precise. It is the kind of power that strikes without warning, that is always ready, yet never overbearing. Jolteon's energy moves with such grace and speed that it seems almost effortless, yet beneath the surface lies a force of nature that is always present, always ready to leap into action when needed. Umbreon, the guardian of the night, carries with it the silent power of protection. It does not need to announce its strength or display its prowess. Umbreon's power is felt in its calm presence, in the quiet watchfulness that it offers in the darkness. The moon, Umbreon's guiding light, casts a serene glow, a gentle reminder that the quiet moments of protection are just as important as the loud moments of conflict. Umbreon's strength lies in its ability to protect, to watch over the world with quiet grace, offering safety and peace to those it cares for. Leafeon and Glaceon, born of the earth and the cold, also represent silent power, though their forms of power are expressed through the cycles of nature. Leafeon embodies the quiet, steady growth of the forest, its strength coming from the stillness of the earth and the gentle unfolding of life. It does not need to be loud to create change. Its strength is in the way it nurtures, the way it encourages growth and life with every step it takes. Glaceon, on the other hand, carries the silent power of ice and stillness. It is a creature of calm, of quiet beauty. Its strength lies in its ability to endure, to remain steadfast in the face of cold and hardship. Glaceon's power is not in its ability to fight, but in its ability to remain serene, to hold its ground, and to bring clarity to the world around it. Sylveon, the embodiment of love and affection, carries with it a quiet power that is rooted in connection. Its ribbons, soft and flowing, are an extension of its gentle heart, and they represent the silent strength of love and trust. Sylveon's power is not in its ability to command or control, but in its ability to bring people and Pokemon together, to heal emotional wounds, and to create bonds that are unbreakable. It is the kind of power that is felt in moments of kindness, in gestures of care, and in the silent exchanges of affection that can transform the world. The silent power of the evolutions lies in their ability to move through the world without demanding attention. They are not creatures that need to prove their worth. Their strength is inherent, calm, and steady. This silent power is a reflection of the quiet forces of nature that shape the world around us. The gentle pull of the tides, the stillness of the snow, the steady warmth of the sun, the silent rhythm of the earth. These forces do not need to be loud to be powerful. They simply are, existing in perfect harmony with the world, shaping and guiding everything around them. This quiet strength is a reminder that power does not always have to be loud or overwhelming. The world is full of forces that work in subtle ways, shaping the world with their presence, even when they are not seen. The wind that rustles through the trees, the rain that nourishes the earth, the stars that guide us in the night. These forces are always present, always shaping the world, but they do not need to announce themselves to be felt. The Eeveelutions are embodiments of this quiet power, reminding us that strength comes not from how loudly we can shout or how forcefully we can act, but from the quiet confidence that we carry within, from the calm ability to move through the world with grace and purpose. The silent power of evolutions teaches us that there is strength in stillness, strength in gentleness, and strength in the ability to be present without the need for recognition. It is a power that does not seek attention, but instead exists naturally, flowing through the world like the currents of the ocean or the stillness of a winter night. It is the kind of power that moves through us all, shaping our lives and our relationships, whether we are aware of it or not. The Eeveelutions, with their quiet grace and understated strength, are a reminder that we too can find strength in stillness, in peace, and in the quiet moments that shape our lives. As the world of Pokemon continues to expand and evolve, so too does the journey of Eevee and its many forms. The Eeveelutions, beloved by fans across generations, have always been a symbol of possibility, transformation, and the endless potential for growth. Since Eevee's introduction, it has continuously amazed fans with its ability to evolve into many different forms, each one representing an element of nature, a unique aspect of life, and a new path of growth. But the journey of Eevee is far from over, and the future holds exciting possibilities for even more evolutions, more connections to the world, and more opportunities for fans to connect with their favorite Pokemon. As of now, Eevee has evolved into 8 different forms: Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Espeon, Umbreon, Leafeon, Glaceon, and Sylveon. Each of these evolutions represents a different element or force of nature, and together they showcase the diversity and beauty of the world in which Pokemon exist. But despite this impressive array of forms, the potential for new evolutions remains vast. There are many elements and concepts in the world that could inspire new evolutions, and as the Pokemon world continues to grow, So too will Eva's ability to evolve in ways that have yet to be imagined. One area that fans often speculate about is the possibility of new evolutions tied to other elements. While Eevee has already evolved into forms that represent the most prominent forces of nature, there are still many untapped areas of the world that could inspire new evolutions. For example, there is the potential for an evolution tied to the concept of sound or music. Just as Vaporeon embodies the fluidity of water, or Jolteon embodies the energy of electricity, a potential Sonorion or Musicion could embody the harmonizing power of sound, using melody or resonance to evolve into a new form. This evolution could reflect the connection between sound waves and energy, offering a unique twist on the existing evolution system. Another possibility is an evolution inspired by the concept of light itself, perhaps even becoming an embodiment of the day or the sun. This potential evolution could serve as a powerful counterpart to Umbreon, embodying the radiant, warm energy of daylight, while Umbreon reflects the cool, reflective energy of the moonlit night. A Luxon or Solarian could embrace the idea of light and warmth with a form designed around brilliance and illumination while drawing from nature's light sources such as the sun or even bioluminescent creatures. Beyond the more traditional elemental evolutions, there is also the potential for Eevee to evolve in more abstract ways, reflecting the deeper themes of connection, emotions, or even time. One possibility is an Eeveelution inspired by the concept of harmony and balance, a Pokemon that would evolve as a result of creating a deep emotional connection with its trainer. This form could represent the bond between Pokemon and human, symbolizing the idea that true evolution comes from mutual understanding, respect, and trust. Perhaps a new evolution could involve a bond based evolution system where Eevee transforms through pure connection, a form of evolution that requires the Pokemon and its trainer to share experiences, emotions, and growth. Another area of speculation is Eevee's evolution tied to new types or concepts introduced in future generations of Pokemon. As new Pokemon types and mechanics are introduced, it's possible that Eevee could gain access to these new forms. For example, with the introduction of Fairy type Pokemon in Generation 6, Sylveon was born. The ever expanding world of Pokemon holds endless possibilities for Eevee to evolve into new forms that reflect the changing environment around it. While the potential for new evolutions is exciting, it is important to remember the deeper significance of these evolutions. The core of Eevee's story is about adaptability, growth, and connection. Each of its evolutions reflects a different facet of nature and emotion, showing that no two paths are ever the same. The future of evolutions isn't just about creating more forms. It is about continuing the narrative of transformation and self discovery that has been at the heart of Eevee's journey since its introduction. In the future, the Eeveelutions could also continue to evolve in terms of their role in the Pokemon universe. While Eevee and its evolutions have always been popular in the games, animated series, and movies, there may be more opportunities for them to take on central roles in future storylines. The deep emotional connections that trainers share with their evolutions could be explored even further in upcoming games, films, and TV series. Whether through special in game events, new story arcs, or expanded lore, Eevee's role in the Pokemon universe could continue to evolve, showing the lasting impact of its many forms. Additionally, as technology and game mechanics continue to advance, Eevee's evolutions could become even more immersive and interactive. For example, future games may allow players to influence their Eevee's evolution in more nuanced ways, based on their unique experiences, environments, or actions within the game world. The idea of personalizing Eevee's evolution based on the player's journey would add a new layer of emotional depth to the process, making each evolution feel even more special and meaningful. It would strengthen the bond between trainer and Pokemon, showing that evolution is not just about growth, but also about the choices we make and the paths we take. The possibilities for Eevee and its evolutions are endless. As the Pokemon franchise continues to grow, so too will the opportunities for new evolutions, new stories, and new connections between trainers and their Pokemon. The world of Pokemon is constantly evolving, and the journey of Eevee is a reflection of that growth. Whether through new elemental evolutions, deeper emotional connections, or expanded storylines, Eevee and its many forms will continue to inspire and captivate fans, showing that no matter how much the world changes, there is always room for growth, for change, and for new beginnings. For Eevee, the future holds endless possibilities, and the journey is far from over. Each new evolution, each new experience, is a step toward understanding the world and its many mysteries. And in the future, Eevee will continue to evolve, to grow, and to remind us all of the infinite potential that lies within. The story of Eevee and its evolutions is one that has been told and retold countless times, a tale of transformation, connection, and endless possibilities. Over the years, Eevee's legacy has become more than just a part of the Pokemon world. It has become a symbol of the journey of growth, of the many paths we all walk, and the choices we make along the way. The Eeveelutions represent not just different forms of a single Pokemon, but different ways of seeing the world, different ways of responding to the forces of nature, and different ways of evolving in a world that is constantly changing. The legacy of Eeveelutions is one of adaptability, of change, and of growth. Each evolution represents a unique aspect of the world, from the flowing waters of Vaporeon to the fierce warmth of Flareon, the lightning speed of Jolteon, the moonlit protection of Umbreon, the forest's breath in Leafeon, the stillness of winter in Glaceon, and the gentle heart of Sylveon. Each one is a living embodiment of a different force in nature, showing the diversity and beauty that exists in the world around us. Together, the Eeveelutions form a complete picture of nature's complexity, reminding us that there is no single path in life, but rather many different ways to grow and change. In the Pokemon universe, Eevee and its evolutions have become beloved icons. They have captured the hearts of fans from all corners of the world, becoming more than just characters in a video game. The Eeveelutions have become symbols of potential and transformation, a reflection of the different aspects of life that we all experience. The diversity of their forms represents the different paths we can take in our own lives, each one offering its own challenges and rewards, its own lessons and growth. Whether it is the adaptability of Vaporeon, the passion of Flareon, the speed of Jolteon, the quiet strength of Umbreon, the growth of Leafeon, the serenity of Glaceon, or the love of Sylveon, each Eeveelution is a reminder that the journey is as important as the destination. The popularity of Eeveelutions is a testament to their lasting legacy in the Pokemon world. From the moment Eevee was introduced, fans were captivated by the idea that one Pokemon could evolve into so many different forms, each representing a different element of nature. This sense of possibility and potential has resonated with fans of all ages, inspiring countless pieces of fan art, stories, and fan theories that explore the deeper meanings of Eevee's evolutions. The Eeveelutions have become a part of the cultural fabric of the Pokemon franchise, and their legacy continues to grow as new generations of fans are introduced to their unique charm and beauty. But the legacy of Eeveelutions goes beyond just their popularity. It is also a reflection of the values that Pokemon represents, values of friendship, loyalty, trust, and growth. The relationship between Eevee and its evolutions is a metaphor for the bond between Pokemon and their trainers, a bond that is built on love, understanding, and shared experiences. Each evolution represents a different facet of this bond, showing that no two relationships are alike, but all are valuable and meaningful. The evolution process itself is a reflection of the trust that exists between Pokemon and their trainers, as Eevee evolves not just through external influences, but through the emotional bond it shares with those around it. The legacy of Eeveelutions is also a reflection of the larger themes within the Pokemon franchise, such as the idea of harmony between humans and nature. In the Pokemon world, Pokemon and humans coexist in a delicate balance, and the Eeveelutions embody this balance in their diverse forms. They are creatures of nature, each connected to a different element of the world, yet they also form deep, emotional connections with the humans they meet. This dual connection to both nature and human companionship is what makes evolutions so special. They are a reminder that no matter how different we may seem, we all share a connection to the world around us, and that this connection is the key to growth and understanding. As the Pokemon world continues to expand, the legacy of evolutions will undoubtedly continue to grow as well. New forms of evolutions could be introduced, further enriching the world and offering new ways for fans to connect with their favorite Pokemon. The legacy of Eevee's many evolutions is one that speaks to the endless potential for growth and change. And as long as the Pokemon universe continues to evolve, so too will Eevee's legacy. Whether through new generations of games, movies, or TV series, the evolutions will continue to captivate and inspire fans, reminding us that change is a natural part of life and that each step of the journey is as important as the destination. The future of evolutions is full of possibilities, and as fans continue to embrace these beloved creatures, their legacy will only grow stronger. Whether it is through new evolutions, new stories, or new connections with trainers and Pokemon alike, the Eeveelutions will always be a symbol of the beauty of growth, change, and adaptation. The legacy of Eevee's evolutions is one that transcends generations, offering a message of hope, of possibility, and of the quiet power of transformation. As we look back on the journey of Eevee and its evolutions, we are reminded that the world is full of opportunities for growth, for change, and for self-discovery. Each evolution is a step in the journey, a reflection of the lessons learned and the experiences gained along the way. And just as Eevee continues to evolve, so too do we, constantly growing, changing, and discovering new aspects of ourselves and the world around us. The legacy of Eeveelutions is a celebration of this ongoing journey, one that will continue to inspire and touch the hearts of fans for generations to come. Thank you for joining me on this peaceful journey through the world of Eeveelutions. May your heart, like Eevee, continue to grow and evolve with each new experience. May your dreams be filled with the gentle warmth of love, the steady calm of nature's rhythm, and the quiet strength of all the forces that guide you. As we part ways, may the legacy of Eeveelutions remind you that even in the quietest moments, there is power, growth, and endless possibility. Good night, and may you wake with the quiet confidence that comes from knowing that you too are a part of something beautiful.